joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show, I believe. Are we taking photographs right here?
I was just promoting your show. You're such a nice young man.
The great Craig Kilborn is here.
Thank you, guys. Good to be here. Good to be home. It's good to be home.
It's been 3 years.
Has it been? It's kind of flying now, isn't it?
It is. ESPN was 40. Now it's 43. That's the last time that you were here was to help us celebrate the 40th that we were not invited to.
I had a great time last time I was here.
It was great.
And I come back with a big announcement for you when you're ready.
Okay. Oh. I love that. Do you want to get right into it?
Yeah.
Or do you want
It'll only take about 12 minutes. No, it'll take 35 seconds.
You sure? Or do we want to tease it? What do you want to do? You tell me.
I want to get it out of the way so I can relax and then bond with you over all the NFL, NBA stuff. And apparently you have games to play.
We have games to play. We have multiple games to play. We literally have 3 games, 3 different potential segment types.
Did you do this with Tracy McGrady or just with Craigers?
Just with Craigers. Just with Lord Kilby. That's it, man. That's it. Tracy was just a straight up panel interview.
Okay.
With you, we can do that a little bit.
Okay.
We can have some game plays. And apparently, an announcement. What's your announcement?
Okay, quickly.
Take your time.
Because of the success of my Instagram,
yes,
or as the Carmel Pinecone likes to say, Lord Kilby's iconic Instagram, I now have, as of right now, a YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Sir Craig Kilborn. And soon, I am going to renege on a promise where I would be the only man in America without a podcast. I'm giving back, and I'm going to have a podcast called The Life Gorgeous that'll be on the YouTube channel of Craig Kilborn, and that'll launch sometime after the 4th of July.
Okay.
I'm doing a podcast for the young people.
It's called The Life Gorgeous.
Yes, Craig Kilborn, The Life Gorgeous.
And what is the format? What's the content? Craig?
Well,
what's the content?
It's fluid. What I will do is I will answer questions.
Okay.
From some of the viewers and listeners.
Yes, sir.
I will have celebrity interviews, but also I'm looking forward to my friends, the Alex Sulkins and Goldies and Gibbies of the world.
Sure.
And I'll have hopefully some regulars, because people like hearing the banter between regulars, friends. And it'll be organized. I'm going to tell you 2 things. I'm going to have a segment. I'm not going to explain it. You'll have to see it, called Lord Kilby Leadership. But I have something right now. I'm going to put Rich on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
You'll enjoy this.
Okay, great.
But this is not original, but I'm going to do it on every show, because for 30 years I've done this over dinners with people. Mm-hmm. We go around the table just for entertainment, and we name our top 5 movies of all time.
Oh.
I'm going to do that with every guest. Okay. And if you want, I can put you on the spot now if you want to do that. I mean, it's pressure on people. And what I always say is you can change it 5 minutes later.
Sure.
If it's too much pressure, just name 5 that meant a lot to you.
Yes.
You want to do that? Or
yes, a million %.
Look at Rich. He didn't know.
Absolutely.
Rich.
Unprepared.
Rich,
Absolutely.
you did not know I was going to say this.
None.
Okay.
0. And you have no idea what is coming your way either. That's the way we roll with each other. I never knew what was coming out of your mouth.
I guess we want to make each other, just surprise each other.
Okay.
Not make each other uncomfortable, just surprise each other.
No, never.
Your top 5 movies.
Top 5 movies. Number 1 is The Sting.
Oh, very good.
Love The Sting.
Very good.
Can't get enough of The Sting.
I like to hear that.
I love the movie, the acting, the music, the cinematography.
Right.
By the way, whenever you want to sound serious about this sort of subject, you use the word film.
Oh, yeah.
And cinematography.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best films I've ever seen.
Right.
Number 2 would be the Goodfellas.
Okay.
I would go.
I saw the poster in the
Yes, you saw a poster in the green room. Scorsese is one of my favorites. The Godfather as well.
Rated very high among, in the top 3 on AFI.
Okay,
yes.
very good. Midnight Run is my favorite comedy of all time.
Oh, that's a good one. Dennis Farina was in that. I knew Dennis. He passed early.
What do you mean you knew him? You knew him?
We were friends. We used to hang out at Mastro's in Beverly Hills.
Get out of
Dennis
here.
Farina.
What the hell was a dinner with Dennis Farina like?
He was wearing this golf shirt that I thought was peach. And he goes, Kelby, it's salmon. It's salmon. And then he had this buxom woman that was all over him, and he introduced her, but I guess she had just met him at the bar.
Well, that's
And he
Mastro's.
looks at me, he goes, Kilby, she's got no shot. That's what he said.
The great Serrano, who took the discs.
I loved him.
Famously in McCarran Airport. Oh, my gosh.
Did you just name 3? Is that what
I named 4.
You
Midnight
named 4.
Run, Goodfellas, Godfather, The Sting. This is my favorite movies of all time you're talking about.
Yeah. Have you done this list before? Because you seem prepared.
No, I mean, well...
We talk a lot of movies.
We talk a lot of movies on the program.
And I'm going to tell you my 5 quickly after you're done.
Okay, because I'm not doing mine very quickly.
No, you take the time.
Because the 5th one, I mean, there's so many of them. Which one will I go with here?
The Last Boy Scout?
I've never seen The Last Boy Scout, TJ. Never in
I sometimes,
on
my 5th, just use one that's not necessarily a top 5. I change my 5th sometimes.
Okay, so this is kind of like omnibus, is what you're saying. I'll go with here's another comedy, The In-Laws. Did you ever see The In-Laws?
Yeah, that was good.
With Peter Falk and Alan Arkin?
Yeah, that was good.
I've seen that way too many times as well. There's my 5.
That's very good.
But does that now mean I'm not going to get an invite to
No,
The
because
Life
you're
Gorgeous,
also
or?
free to change your 5th one when you appear,
There you
and
go.
we might delve deep into why you like The In-Laws and all that stuff. So I'll quickly do my 5.
Okay.
And I do it because I always like to see if there's an overlap. Like there are people that obviously have said The Godfather before.
Sure.
And there are people that really like Goodfellas.
Of course.
I actually like The Departed by Scorsese a lot. I love that movie. But here are my 5. I'm a Hitchcock fanatic. I could name 5 Hitchcock. I'm only going to name 1, even though I'm going to name North by Northwest with Cary Grant. So I love that. I also like Strangers on a Train, Psycho. There's so many.
Rear Window is another amazing one.
Yes, very good one.
Oh, yes.
You ready?
Yes.
People, whenever I say this, they go, "Oh yeah, The Graduate, top 5 easily."
Really?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I haven't seen it in forever.
Oh, you got to. It's under.
Okay.
Sunset Boulevard.
Wow, you're really old school
Yeah,
right there.
I think so. You're really old.
Old school.
Okay, here's a great one.
Yes.
Chinatown.
Oh,
one of my favorites.
That is great. John Huston and
So the 5th one I rotate. And I used to always say Tootsie, the comedy from the 80s, because I always liked that. But there's a movie I saw in 2004, and I really liked it. It doesn't necessarily belong in the top 5, but I rewatched it a year ago, and I went crazy from 2004. Sideways. Love it. Love that movie.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Right.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Did he win an Oscar for that, or was he nominated? I think he was
nominated.
amazing in that. And
I'm not drinking any Merlot.
It killed Merlot.
Yeah.
It was the death of Merlot.
They say that line was ad-libbed.
Are you serious?
That's what I read, yeah.
All right. So The Life Gorgeous is going to come out starting after July 4th.
Yeah.
You're a fungible start date.
Because it takes me a while I'm going to do it from my mahogany panel den, and it takes me a while to light it. There's amber lighting, and we can't quite get it right because I have the glass in my den is amber glass. Yeah. So these are the struggles, Rich. These are real life problems for me. I also have a theme song for the show I'm working on.
Yes.
And it's a silly one, but I'm trying to get my brother to sing it, and his schedule is, complicated. So it's all going to happen.
Is it going to also be sort of from your oeuvre where you're introducing yourself? Are you going to do that like you did late night?
This guy is so good. I want to try to put that in the theme song, my voice.
Yes.
We're thinking about that. But I am moving at a kind of a snail's pace because I don't know. It's a leisurely life.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having. I'd love to have you on at some point when you got the NFL coming up. You're going to be busy.
I'll do it. Craig, anything for you.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Viking pride.
There you go. So let's get into a little bit of sports with you, Craig Kilborn. Why not? So what was your thoughts on the NBA Finals?
I enjoyed it. I always enjoy the finals. I thought it was a good finals. I did think prior to yesterday's game, I thought Boston would force a Game 7. I have a lot of respect for Boston. Top defensive team.
Yes.
But in a series like that, I was pulling for Golden State, but not a strong feeling. I love San Francisco. I used to live there. It's my favorite city in America. Mm-hmm. I love Steve Kerr. Mm-hmm. I like Nemanja Bjelica, Belly, who comes off the bench. And he used to play on the Wolves, and he's come a long way since a pack-a-day smoker with the Wolves. That is a Dane Moore special. He's a podcaster from Minnesota. Pack-a-day Belly.
You would have made a meal out of Bjelica highlights back in the 90s.
Well, he's a very skilled. He's kind of got a barrel chest, but he moves well. He passes well. He can shoot. He's got a good feel for the game. He got some run in the finals.
He looks a little top heavy when he
That's
runs.
exactly what it is. My brother makes fun of him. And I said, the guy is agile. And my brother's like, does he drink a lot of beer? I said, no, he's just built. He's nimble on his feet. Yeah. Draymond Green loves belly, just to let you know.
Is this title with Andrew Wiggins on it Minnesota adjacent? Would you say that, Craig Kilborn?
I don't know. I will tell. I want people to understand. We're happy for Andrew. He's a very nice guy, very talented, athletic player. But it was time for him to leave Minnesota. It was a bit of a relief because he had a max contract and he was, along with Cat, the go-to guys. And now he has the luxury of playing with 3 special players, not as much pressure on him. And he was really good, I thought.
He was amazing.
Yeah. Very good defender. You know, best when he attacks the rim, streaky outside shooter like so many people are.
Yeah. Where do you think is Curry's legacy? That's a big part of this conversation today.
I think it helped. I mean, I saw somebody say he's now in the top 10 because some guys, I never had him in my top 10. And he's the best shooter, you know, of all time. For the young people, he has the gooseneck, hold the gooseneck, you know, the beautiful form. Which I had in 8th grade, but he handles the ball very well. He drives very well, moves without the ball, puts so much pressure on the defense. And I was really pleased to see Steve Kerr say after the game, he compared him to Timmy Duncan, not as a ball player, you know, different ball players, but without Tim, the Spurs are not winning all those championships. And we all love Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. Klay Thompson is one of my favorite players. I'm so happy for him. But Steve Kerr said, without Steph, none of this happens. He puts so much stress on the defense. It is ridiculous. He's such a pure shooter.
Are you prepared to give us your top 10? Your NBA
Well, I
all-time
can't remember.
top 10?
I'd have to try to quickly do it. I drop people out. I just know that in the top 10, I had Kobe 11, which bothered some people. That you know, eliminates me because some people. Kobe was
That's automatically disqualifying.
Yeah,
for some people.
It bothers people, but I thought his shot selection was subpar and his shooting percentage should have been higher. But he was a great competitor, and people were seduced by how competitive he was and angry he was when he played. You know, very competitive. But let's see. I'll try to remember. I just know I had Oscar Robertson in my top 10 instead of Kobe. You know, so I don't know if I'm going to put Steph in there. I don't know. I have to. You know, this is still less than 24 hours after the game. Let's just chill out. Let's pause for poise. I don't know if I can name my 10. I'll try to remember. You ready?
Sure.
So it's a guy named Larry Bird, no particular order.
Yes.
Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tim Duncan.
That's 5.
That's 5. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell,
7.
Shaquille O'Neal. I put in my top 10.
But not Kobe.
I didn't put, no, I have Kobe.
Now.
No, I don't have Kobe in my top 10.
Okay, that's
I have
8.
11.
You got that's 8. You now have 2 more spots left.
Oscar Robertson.
Yes.
Now I'm forgetting somebody. Did I say? I said Jordan, obviously.
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of who I had there. Did I? I don't think it was Akeem. Let me just think. Oh no, it wasn't. Who else did I have? So I said Magic. I said Larry Michael, Tim Duncan,
And LeBron. You mentioned.
I mentioned LeBron.
Yes, you did.
I don't know if I had.
You mentioned Russell. You mentioned you meant Russell and
William
Chamberlain.
William Felton, Russell, Wilton, Norman, Chamberlain. I think I'm going to say Akeem, but I would then, if I am going to say that, then I would put Kobe ahead of Akeem.
Okay.
I can't remember who my 10th was. Oscar. Let me just make sure there wasn't anybody else.
That works. That could be 10th. That's your 10th.
Yeah, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
Well, there's the Life Gorgeous podcast as your backstop. You can always do that.
But be careful. God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. Tragic.
Yes.
But be careful. I was at Musso and Frank's a few years ago, and Sonny, the bartender, he was from New York, and he's a Knicks fan. And I said, Kobe, you know LeBron is better than Kobe, and he took my martini away. So Kobe is special, and his competitive nature is, that's what people love.
Maybe Kareem was your 10th.
That's it.
There you go.
Kareem. Thank you.
There you go.
Rich.
Cap.
Yeah.
There you go. Well done. Craig Kilborn is here on the Rich Eisen Show. We have just gotten started. We've got a start bench cut. We have 5 questions, and we've asked our fans to ask questions of you.
Okay.
Life questions.
Okay.
So that's I'm setting the stage. because we're about to throw to break for the first time. Craig Kilborn is here in the flesh. His new podcast, the Life Gorgeous podcast, will be available on his YouTube page coming sometime next month, correct? Is that the proper
after July
material?
4th.
After July 4th.
The party begins.
Do not expect it July 1 through 3, but anytime we celebrate our nation's birthday after that, it's fair game. Back here on the Rich Eisen Show,
Ask
Craig
him
Kilborn
again,
is here.
Craig. Craig, ask him again.
I couldn't hear actually his question because my ears were in. What were you? Do you want to ask me?
I said, were you surprised? I thought we were off air. We were.
Yeah.
I said, were you surprised that Joe Buck and Troy Aikman left Fox Sports?
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
Then you saw how much money ESPN was offering, and then
I didn't see that. I don't look at numbers. I'm an artist, but I'm happy. I'm happy. They do a great job.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Have you ever been offered a sports gig in recent days? Has that ever happened with you lately?
Oh, I don't know what lately means. I used to get calls, broadcasting and sportscasting, but I'm content in my mahogany paneled den with the Instagram and the podcast. And
so since you left TV, did you get a call to do sports? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Wilt Chamberlain used to say, even when he was in his 40s, I still get offers to play in the NBA. So I want to pull Wilt Chamberlain. I still get offers. No,
but you're happy.
They're
in your
standing
mahogany
offers. I'm not interested. You know what I do? There's a really talented broadcaster named Dan Barrero in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. He does bumper to bumper, dominates on KFan, and I appear on his show. Sometimes when I go back home to watch the Wolves, I'm in studio with him, and we have a lot of fun. So I do that, but that's enough.
I know you don't do very much.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Which is why I always appreciate you accepting the invitation to come.
I drove today.
Himself, by the way. How much driving do you do?
I drive out. I have a place in the desert, so I drive out there.
Okay.
I don't like flying. My significant other, Princess Cherry, we take trips up to Carmel and Monterey and San Francisco.
I see your Instagram. I see your hiking. You're commuting.
Did you say hiking?
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I know.
I see it.
There is a problem at home, but I can quickly to you guys. She bought a camper van and she likes camping. She wants to make the gentle giant uncomfortable and make me sleep in a camper.
What happened? So where are we on
we
this
haven't done it yet.
Right
we did one trip where I slept in a camper. I got a little claustrophobic and panicked at 2 a.m. But anyway, we'll be okay.
That doesn't work. The camping's not working. The whole idea of camping is what about glamping? Do you glamp?
I'll do that. As long as we're near a wine bar and a wine and cheese plate. If we have that access, I'll do that.
That's not camping.
I know. You're right. Why do you camp, Rich? Have you ever camped in your life?
No. Yeah. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'd like a roof over my head, man. Like a real roof and a king size bed. Yeah, running water.
Running water, electricity.
Yeah, that's me.
Wi-Fi.
Craig Kilborn here on the Rich Eisen Show. We're back on our terrestrial radio network. Craig Kilborn here. Okay, so I'm going to give you a choice. Okay. We have 3 games to play here on this show with you here. We've got a game called Start Bench Cut, where we give you a choice, 3 choices. You have to start one, bench one, cut one. You know, like the old, marry, kill game.
Cool.
Okay. We have 5 questions.
Okay.
And you might have an idea as to where we found some of these questions.
Okay.
And then we also asked our audience to ask you questions on life advice.
Okay.
Which one would you care to do first? Which one would you like to do first?
We'll do
I'll leave it up to you.
life advice.
Life advice. Okay, here we go. Life advice. We asked our Twitter audience, at Rich Eisen Show, to send us some questions to ask you and tap into your wealth of knowledge and life experience to help people out. Put the first one up on the screen, if you don't mind, Mike Hoskins. This one's from Topher, at Wraith with a bunch of numbers. Are gold fixtures really making a comeback in home interior? Craig Kilborn.
Hi, Topher. Good question. I don't know if they're making a comeback, and I don't care what's in or what's out. But I do like gold fixtures. And I have a 1923 home, and we bought some of that gold, I want to say metallic paint, but that it looks like gold leafing. And we painted the ceiling in our dining room like that. And it looks very festive. and it's fun to open a nice bottle of red in the dining room. So I like some gold. I like things that look like gold leaf painting.
Sure.
I have mirrors that have frames that are gold leaf. Sure. I like Topher, by the way. What a nice guy.
I know.
The fact that he would go in my wheelhouse
he knows
and ask
you.
that question.
So is it making I guess if
I don't
it's
know
a
if
yes
it's
or no.
making a comeback because I don't.
But you're helping.
I'm not a zeitgeist guy. I'm not a pop culture groupie. I don't care. I live in my own world. But I don't know if it's making a comeback or not.
Okay, that's the first one. We've got 2 more questions at Rich Eisen Show. Hashtag Ask Craig. Here's another one. Hey, Kilby, what's your alcoholic drink of choice after a hard day of doing nothing? At G. Brilo, looks like Gary Brylowski is asking that question.
That is great.
What do you got on that one, Craig?
If it's a hard day of doing nothing, which is a typical day, it's red wine. If I actually do something,
Yes.
maybe fix something around the house,
Sure.
go shopping, into the market and pick up some brie. The only other thing I drink besides red wine is vodka martini. That's the only. So I just have a vodka martini or red wine.
What about a specific vodka that you care to?
My two favorite. Well,
Yes.
my two favorites are Chopin potato vodka and Belvedere, and the third is Kettle One.
That's the order.
Yep.
Okay. And what about the red wine? What about?
I used to drink a lot of Pinots. Now I'm back to California Cabs, and just to let people know, we are spoiled here in California. They're
Yes.
big and bold.
They are big and bold.
So they're going to be stronger, better than a Chianti. And I enjoy California Cab and blends.
I'm more of an Italian. I'm a Brunello. I like I like the big full body
Good for
Italian
you.
wine.
Have you ever been to Rayo's in Hollywood? You have?
I have, Craig.
Yeah,
Yes, I have.
Why are you laughing?
Because I was expecting you to ask me a question about some remote location on planet Earth, and you named Rayo's of Hollywood. Not the original Rayo's, say, in Harlem, in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
You asked me about the Rayo's of
it's
Hollywood.
nice.
That's why I laughed.
Yeah. It's not too far from my house. I'm going to do a non sequitur. I just want to make sure this monitor. I don't know how accurate it is. These pants look bizarre on the monitor,
Yes.
but for the people at home,
Yes.
they are a special khaki that I've been looking for years. It's a little, but they look bizarre there. So
They look a little bit more gold.
Yes,
they look gold on the screen.
This looks like we're gold leaf pants or something.
They're looking gold on the screen, but I do have to point out, while you're already talking about what you're wearing, you and I have not spoken like a spoken word to each other in a while. We
Correct.
text, we communicate, we're in contact.
Yes.
But you and I have not legitimately spoken like, hey, Craig, what's going on? And shared words. We're wearing the same exact shoes today.
Oh, you're wearing. Okay, I think mine are a slightly different color. That is great. Aren't they comfortable?
You guys.
Don't sprain your ankle.
Well,
Flexible.
actually, you know what's not comfortable? What I just did with my leg.
Hip flexor.
I am now absolutely spasming in my quad right now while you're sharing about your brie shopping and things of that nature. Okay, so what about
These
Rayo's of
Converse I
Hollywood?
wore to games 3 and 4 of the Wolves against Memphis.
Well, while we're just on this subject matter right now, how much do you love Anthony Edwards?
I like him a lot. I can't tell. I mean, he's amazing.
Yes.
I can't tell yet how good.
Really?
I can't tell because he's not consistent yet. He's young.
Yes.
We keep saying he's 20. I think he's going to be 21. He just turned 21 or he's 21.
Yes.
They're saying, he could be like Donovan Mitchell, Dwayne Wade. He is amazing, but he has to become more consistent. So, and we're very fortunate to have Cat. Can I just do my quick Wolves thing?
Go.
Because your friend Mark Laurie is an owner,
Yes,
very
indeed.
nice man,
And he is incredibly generous for my charity, for St. Jude
Yes.
Children's Research Hospital every year.
Yes,
So.
he's a really nice guy. I've gotten to know him a little bit. A-Rod's a very nice guy. And for the first time in a long time, this was my favorite Wolves season. It was a magical season since 2004 when KG won the MVP and we had the best record in the Western Conference and lost in 6 games to the Lakers. Sam Cassell was hurt. Lakers got spanked in the finals by Larry Brown's Detroit Pistons. But this was my favorite season since 2004. And there are 2 things I want to say about the team. Chris Finch and Tim Connolly were in really good hands. Everyone loves Finchy, the coach. You've had him on.
Yes, we have.
I listened to that.
I love it.
And Tim Connolly, what Mark, Lori, and A-Rod did was they got Tim Connolly, and now I can exhale. Because when I was talking to Mark Lori, I was saying, listen, every team makes mistakes in the drafts. But, the Wolves could have drafted Steph Curry. They took Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. They took Chris Dunn over Jamal Murray, Rashad McCants, all these guys. And I just said, we can't keep making these mistakes. I just feel like if there is a mistake made, as Tim Connolly calls it, it's an informed mistake. I think that's what he calls it. But because the drafts, everyone screws up the draft.
Sure.
It's because you can't tell.
Well, they didn't screw up Anthony Edwards.
No.
I mean, I think he's got nothing but star written all over him. I love his personality, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
great personality.
You heard how he said he's named his dog Anthony Edwards Jr.?
Yeah.
I mean, that's... have you seen him in Hustle? Have you seen that movie on
my
Netflix?
brother saw it and loves it, and I'm going to watch it. I don't watch a lot of sports movies, but I already know how good he is in that. I saw a lot of clips.
He's apparently amazing in that, too.
He's a very natural guy.
All right,
Love him.
We got one last piece of question of life advice for Craig Kilborn, a hashtag Ask Craig. There we go. What is the secret to success in life in your eyes? Soldier Fields of Dreams at FQD 1911 would like to know. Craig.
I'll just answer it this way because we all measure success differently. My thing was I wanted to do late night. I did. Then I exited. But along the way, I met some people that fall in the category of bitter. If you're not bitter, if you're happy.
Yes.
I actually did this. This is honest. I looked up, I researched, are some people just born happy? Because I don't understand these mood swing people I'm working with here. And it said, science says some people are just born happy. So I think just being level-headed and calm and not being bitter and being happy is success.
There you go.
Is that too poignant?
That was
you guys,
very
or-
actually, I think it's worthy of a. It's worthy
I'm going
of
to
a
change
clap
my
right there.
pants in the next break.
Did you bring a second pair of pants, Craig?
No, I didn't.
'Cause I don't know if I don't think you fit mine. All right, Craig Kilborn here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's move to start, bench, cut. You got the music for me, please?
Yes,
Hit it
sir.
for me. Here we go. Oh, we have an audio drop. We've got we've got the production value.
Oh, wow.
Okay, here we go. Start, bench, cut.
Start.
Oh, cool.
Just sit down and be quiet. Or cut. Get out.
See, we got everything.
I like
You ready?
that.
Okay, here we go. You get the music for me, please? There we go. Craig Kilborn, you have to start one, bench one, cut one.
Okay.
First one up. Your favorite SportsCenter catchphrase. Start, bench, cut. Jumanji. Release, rotation, splash. Look at that young Craigers up on the screen. And resourceful. Start one, bench one, cut one. Craig Kilborn.
Okay. Let me try to do this quickly.
No, take your time. It's okay.
I'm going to actually shock people and bench Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a pop culture thing, and we did that a lot. We came up with these things, these pop culture things. But release, rotation, splash is somewhat poetic, and I still hear Reggie Miller say it sometimes on TNT. So I'm going to start that one.
Okay.
And then what is the other?
And resourceful.
Resourceful is bent. That's on the bench, you're saying?
Oh, you have to cut one like you're done with it.
Oh, I'm cutting Jumanji. I'm cutting.
Wow, that's a major upset to start.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
By the way, look at these photographs. What do you think of when you see these pictures, man?
Well, I think about how fleshy I was because I would get to bed at 4 a.m. I would do the show at 2 a.m. Sometimes I get to bed at 5.
2:30 though, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
start
I would
time
get to bed
2:30?
late. And sometimes, if I was really a bad boy, I would stay up and get breakfast and watch the rerun at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. So it was a debacle. So I wasn't hiking as much as I should have been. Or walking.
Was there hiking in Bristol? I don't remember.
I just call walking around the park hiking. But anyways, oh my God. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was at ESPN. I was in my 30s, and I went to the doctor and I said, I have this weird shift. I get to bed at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. Should I drink coffee? He goes, I think you should start drinking coffee. So I started drinking coffee. I'm about 36 years old. Is that crazy?
To this day, do you drink coffee now?
Love it. Love it in the morning.
Now you got to have it.
Yeah, love it in the morning.
Oh, so you did that just to stay up till 2:30 in the morning, and then
Yeah, I did it where I basically was just tired the whole day, so I'd have it in the morning just to wake up. Otherwise, I'd be lethargic the whole day.
I remember, man, I'd go to sleep at 5 in the morning, and then I would wake up at noon, and the old lady upstairs was just vacuuming at like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not going to survive this.
She's a loser.
Probably did.
All right, next one. Start, bench, cut. Craig Kilborn. Best place to work. ESPN, Comedy Central, CBS. Start, bench, cut.
That's too easy. Start is CBS, favorite show ever.
Yeah.
Cut is Comedy Central, most dysfunctional place I've ever worked in my life. And then ESPN will bench.
You'll bench the worldwide leader.
Yeah, because I have to, right? You have to choose one of three.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
There's no.
And benching
gray
means
area.
what to you? Just putting it on the side.
It's useful.
Yes.
If need be.
Yes.
If you need in a pinch, or as you know, there's a Sixth Man of the Year award that is very valuable.
Yeah.
But cut means just you're done.
Okay.
Comedy Central cut. ESPN benched. CBS is a start. Tiffany Network. Next one. Craig Kilborn. Start, bench, cut. Best shooters. Best shooters. Start, bench, cut. Larry Bird, Steph Curry, or McGavin.
Okay, I'm cutting McGavin.
Oh, that was a quick cut
That
for
was
Shooter
quick,
McGavin.
because I take this seriously.
Shooter. Okay, gets cut. All right, very good.
Well, Steph, I actually was thinking about this. If there's 1 second on the clock, there's like a three-way tie of who I want to shoot it. Steph,
Yes.
Dame Dalla, because I like saying Dame Dalla, and Larry Legend. But Steph, I have to give it to Steph over Larry.
Really? All right, start Steph,
but
bench Larry.
Yes, Steph is considered the greatest shooter of all time.
Yes.
And he is. Larry, if you had 1 second left, it's easier for a 6'9" player to catch, and like Larry can get his shot off.
Yes.
Steph might have to ball fake, and
Correct.
So, but you didn't ask last second shot. You
Correct.
just said best shooter.
That's it.
So I'm going to say Steph Curry is the starter, and then Larry is benched.
Did you ever meet Larry? Have you ever met him?
I met Larry. It was very interesting. My friend was shooting a commercial at the Smokehouse in Burbank. It was a beer commercial. And he calls me and he says, there's no dialogue with Larry. He's sitting with a friend at the Smokehouse at a bar, and the dialogue are the two guys over there drinking their beer saying, oh my God, that's Larry Bird. Can you be the friend that talks to Larry, because I want him to have a good time? So I said, sure. So I met him, and I just sat there and asked him every question I've ever wanted to ask him in my life. Like, you ever heard the story about when he was at Indiana State? He played softball, this was before the NBA draft, and he broke his finger on his shooting hand, his pointer finger, playing softball, and it never straightened out. And I asked him about this, and he says, I just told the doctor, I just want to be able to hold the beer. I just want to be able to hold the beer. But the funniest thing is, his friends at Indiana State said, yeah, he shot pretty well in the NBA, but you should have seen him at Indiana State before he broke his finger. He couldn't miss.
How did he handle being asked every question under the sun?
He was cool. He liked this because he was really cool.
Oh, that's good.
He really enjoyed it because I think he does events with Magic, and they get these questions, and they love to relive certain things. Like I would say, is it true about you playing with your left hand against the Blazers?
Yes.
Because he'd make that announcement. He goes, I'm just going to play with my left hand. And he did. Bill Walton tells the story, poor Jerome Kersey, and Larry had 36 through three quarters or something ridiculous. And then Larry would say, I saved my right hand for the Lakers. He's a very funny guy.
I mean, some of the things he would say, I mean, the stories you hear. I mean, John Sally told a great story the other day where he's like, they put him on Bird, and Bird's like, you're not the one guarding me, are you? And he screamed, mouse in the house, and he started scoring on top of him. Who was the other one who said we heard a Bird story the other day that
there was one about Sean Kemp that was kind of making the rounds where like Sean Kemp's brother broke all of Bird's records, and then Bird looked at him and goes, I got something for you. And then
took
dropped
him out.
40 and 10.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Start the music one more time. We got two more start bench cuts for Craig Kilborn. Start bench cut. Favorite word to say? Svelte, luscious, gorgeous.
Starting gorgeous. We're starting gorgeous.
Okay.
We are starting gorgeous. I'm going to cut svelte, even though I like the word. I'm doing this quickly.
I know. That's the idea. These are first blush thoughts. Yeah. Understood.
And then benching is luscious, even though I never use that word.
You don't?
I never use luscious. No. I like it though.
Okay.
I like the word.
It's in the same family as gorgeous, I would think.
Yeah.
Right? It's got a similar feel to it. Last one for you, Craig Kilborn. Start, bench, cut. Neckwear. Favorite neckwear. Ascot, scarf, none at all. Just completely unbuttoned as you are currently today. Start, bench, cut, Craig Kilborn.
Start the ascot.
That might be a new drop, by the way.
I'm gonna bench scarf and cut none at all, even though that's what I go with to make myself more approachable for everybody, all your listeners and viewers.
And then just apropos of completely nothing, Hoskins, could you put that shot up one more time? What are you looking at in that scarf shot? Do you remember when this photograph was taken? You're looking off to the side. There
was a strategically placed mirror. And I saw my reflection, and I almost fainted.
I do remember going in your office at the Daily Show years ago, and you had there were about 3 mirrors in that office. There wasn't a place you couldn't turn your head and see a mirror in that office.
I'm going to tell you a really quick story.
Yeah, Craig.
I used to have a handheld mirror, and people made fun of me because I would look at it on the set
in commercial breaks
all the time
for SportsCenter.
Yeah,
I
and there's
remember
a
doing
reason
those
for it. I'm going to tell you the reason now.
Okay.
And this is the same. You know, Pat Riley's. He was GQ.
Of
He
course.
said he slicked his hair back because it was low maintenance. I don't have to bother it.
Yeah,
Worry about it.
Yeah.
It's over. I just slick it back. I'm good the rest of the day.
Yeah.
When I was at Montana State, there was some film and TV class we took, and there was Dan Rather. We were watching how they were shooting the nightly news. And Dan Rather had a hair out of place. And everyone in the class was giggling and not listening to what he was saying. They were like, his hair is out of place.
Yes.
And I have fine hair, very thin, fine hair, and they fly little flyaways. So my whole thing was, if I have a flyaway, no one's listening to me. So my logic was always, and then everyone would laugh. So then it became a joke, kind of a tension breaker. Like, look at Kilborn, Mr. Vanity. Rich, I don't look at myself at home in the mirror except for 2 hours in the morning and then an hour before I go to bed. So.
Well, you turned that into a bit on the Late Late Show, too.
Yeah.
But you had, I remember sitting on one side of you sat down on, in your chair at a desk, and I was on the other side of the desk, kind of like I was being interviewed for a job or something like that, because I came to visit you that one time on the Daily Show set, and there was this huge mirror on your desk.
Yeah.
In between the two of us. So I kind of had to look around to see you to have the conversation.
Yeah.
And then you knew I was running the risk being on do you remember this at all? Okay.
No.
Okay. You knew I was running the risk of being an ESPN anchor, active at the time, appearing on your show.
Oh, right.
Remember Keith did that?
Got suspended.
Because he made a joke about Bristol, right?
Right.
And he got disciplined.
Do you know, now I had a great time at ESPN, but do you know that if you look at all the networks out there, they suspend more people than anybody. No, they were very heavy-handed that way.
Worldwide leader in suspensions?
I was talking to Jimmy Kimmel a few years ago. He was suspended for life by ESPN. That's what they said at the time. They were so mad at him. He was in the booth for Monday Night Football, and they were making fun of He was making fun. They got rid of Joe Theismann for Tony Kornheiser. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And he was doing jokes about this. And they suspended him for life. That's over the top.
And now he's the king of that entire outfit. And I remember, though, being there that night. And I was going to be in the audience. And you're like, don't worry about it. I'll just stick you somewhere in the audience.
Yeah.
I'll just stick you in the audience somewhere. You won't be on camera. It'll be fine. You'll be cool. Don't worry about it. And then at the very end, you finished the show. Now you remember?
But that was fun.
Craig. Yeah, fun. So I am on, off to the side in the very last row in the last seat. But I'm right by a railing.
Right.
You got up out of your chair. You left the main set to come up to me, and you're like, oh, look at this. You pointed right at me, and the camera zoomed in on me. The only thing you could see was my big meat head and just four little corners of light behind me.
Did I get you in trouble? I
You did
apologize.
not. No, you did
okay.
not. You did not. Because all it was just appearing. I was not being critical of anything like that. But I appeared. You had your fun with that one.
That was, those are good times.
All right, we'll take a break. Craig Kilborn, one more segment with you, sir. And you're a lead pipe wielding professional. You asked me when the hard out is. No, very few guests do that sort of thing, and I greatly appreciate that.
That's why I'm here.
55-10 for those scoring at home is when it is. So, TJ, you gave the number one player of every team in the NFC North's history. What did you think of his choice of Alan Page for the Minnesota Vikings?
Very pleased. Oftentimes in Minnesota, the local papers will say Fran Tarkenton. Mm-hmm. And I think Alan Page, people don't know this if you're sitting down. In 1971, he was the NFL MVP. People don't know that. Alan Page was the league MVP. Very good player. You could have said Randy Moss, who I think is considered the second greatest receiver of all time after Jerry Rice.
There are arguments about, TO's up there as well. I mean,
I've never heard that argument. No, Randy. We've been blessed. The Vikings have been blessed. They've been good for years and years. They've never won a Super Bowl. They're 0-4. We've had Adrian Peterson. We've had one of my favorite players, Anthony Carter. Not Chris Carter, Anthony Carter.
University
I like
of Michigan,
Chris.
great. Anthony
he
Carter.
was so good. And then we have Justin Jefferson now. And and I'm excited to see how Coach Kevin O'Connell does.
What did you think of Zimmer?
I loved Zimmer, and I hope Coach is doing well. He gave his heart and soul and one of his eyes almost to coach that team.
Yes.
He slept in the office. I really liked him, and he was tough. He was tough as nails. Now we're going to go with an offensive line, and let's see how that works out. I'm excited.
Okay. So you are excited about this team?
I'm excited. I think Vegas says 8 to 9 wins. I'm hoping for 10. It's the first time this year we don't have to fly maybe last year as well, but we didn't have to fly to Seattle. We had to play at Seattle, out of conference, out of division every year.
Right.
We had a tough schedule, but we'll see how Kirk does with the offensive line, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
We're a solid team.
Yeah, I know. The problem is Aaron Rodgers did not leave the Green Bay Packers.
We always beat the Packers at least once.
They did do that at the end of the year last year, right? Or did you do that? I don't know. Well, good enough. Craig Kilborn here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our terrestrial radio audience is about to. By the way, great job, Chris, on this start bench cuts.
Thank you.
Well, you were hoping Shooter would not be cut on the spot, though.
I was just looking
best
for
shooters.
a laugh. I was going to put Ray Allen there and make you really make a decision, but
If you would have put downtown Freddie Brown or Mark Price or Steve Nash, underrated shooter. Does anyone remember downtown Freddie Brown?
Of course.
You do? You're too young for that, man.
No, I'm not. You and I aren't too far apart.
Played for the Sonic.
Of course. Downtown Freddie Brown, one of the best nicknames ever. No doubt about that. Our terrestrial radio audience has returned here on the Rich Eisen Show. One last segment with you, Craig Kilborn. Bless you.
Hard out.
Hard out coming up. Hard out is coming. We have a good old-fashioned 5 questions
Here we
for
go.
you. How did this segment come to begin in your back in the day? You just came up with a.
I was at the Bowery Bar in New York City in Manhattan, and pre-production of The Daily Show, and there was this beautiful woman, and I went up to her. We became friends after that, and I'm not going to say her name. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
But I was tired and she was tired, and I said, I'm just going to ask you 5 questions to see, maybe this is the one.
Right.
You ever been to Carmel? Yeah, my grandmother had a place in Carmel. This is in Manhattan because I like Carmel.
Sure, of course.
California. What do you think of garlic? Because you can't say I like it. It's either love or hate. You have to love it. She says, I love it. I go, great. And I said, what does the word peripatetic mean? She goes, what kind of questions are these? So I didn't get to the full 5.
Those were the original 5 questions. You got to 3?
Yeah, my brother has
Okay.
my brother has a big vocabulary, and someone said to him peripatetic, and he said itinerant, which is nomadic, and he
Right, it means you're well-traveled.
Yes,
You're well-traveled.
like Larry Brown, the peripatetic Larry Brown, jumping from team to team. But anyway, so 5 questions. It was with a woman at the Bowery Bar in Manhattan, and then we did it on the show at the Daily Show.
Very good. Here we go. Give me the music. These are 5 questions for Craig Kilborn to Play us out, if you will. First question. Peter Fonda once taught a film workshop at this university.
What is Montana State in Bozeman, Montana?
That is correct. There was another hint. It's the same school that the Hall of Fame kicker Jan Stener attended.
Jan Stener went there.
That was just in case the Peter Fonda did not jar your memory right there. Okay. Number 2. Give us the lead, the end of a lead-in to the Dodgers and Reds game, and then deliver the Bob Lee look away. If you don't mind. Okay, here we go. There's the general up on the screen. So give us a lead-in to Dodgers Reds, and then deliver the Bob Lee look away.
Dodgers Reds, big game, 5 in a row for the Big Red Machine. Let's go to the highlights.
That is correct.
Is that right?
That was correct. Okay, that was correct. You got it correct. The Bob Lee look away is one of my favorite things of all time.
One of the great things about broadcasting lookaways, it just makes the people at home comfortable if, in fact, they don't roll the tape right away because the guy's not staring. So you're just going like this, and we're all waiting. It's all on the tape operator, the director, to take it. You know what I'm saying? It's no pressure on us. It relieves stress.
It relieves stress relief. Bill McAtee of CBS, he didn't have a look away. He always looks at the camera, and when he's done with his lead-in, he smiles. Every time. He doesn't have a look away. He just is a smile away sort of thing. So it's just different styles. Number 3, 5 questions for Craig Kilborn. What's more powerful, a good-looking ascot or a meaningful wink?
People really respond to the wink. It has to be the wink. I get a lot of comments when I wink. And jokingly, I have said one of my podcasts will be only a 30-minute show of me winking the entire time. No talking. I mean, people really, it's ridiculous. I do it and I get these comments, often from women, Rich. Love the wink. The wink. You had me at the wink. You know, this kind of stuff.
So that's correct. Yes. The answer is the wink. It's all about connecting with people.
There you go.
Okay. Number 4. What's more important? Postal code, zip code, or guy code? Which one is more important, Craig Kilborn?
I think for us, it's guy code. The other ones are kind of pedestrian. Guy code, we're all trying to get through this life. We all make mistakes.
Yes.
I believe in forgiveness. And I believe in guy code.
Okay, because that's correct. Guy code, because who sends mail or makes phone calls anymore?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
How many takes for that scene for you, Craig?
That wasn't too bad because I had done a scene a day earlier, the first scene, and I'd gotten bad advice where they go, be understated, it's film. And then I brought my A game, and the actors there or later, not in that scene. Luke Wilson was in that scene. But Mr. Vaughn, Mr. Vince Vaughn, and Will Ferrell liked my bathroom scene. I think it was like 4 takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, I would have taken the under on 5, so I think I won that one.
I gargled and spit and talked.
All right, last one, Craig, and this could be the most important one of all. Last question for Craig Kilborn. Once and for all, who does the elder Sabonis belong to?
He belongs to, he's our Vetus. He's not your Vetus or my Vetus. He's our Vetus. He's universal, and he's loved, and he smokes a pack a day because he's European.
That's correct. That's the correct answer. Obviously, he's
God, it's good to be home, Rich. It really is.
You want to guess once again who gave us those 5 questions, Craig?
That's our friend Gus Ramsey.
That's correct.
Is he living down in Florida and not paying property tax?
He's
not paying income tax.
He's running the Dan Patrick School of Broadcasting for our friend DP.
Good for him. Good for them. Florida. Do you like Florida?
You know what, Craig? Interesting that you asked me that. No, it's all right.
No, I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, I mean, I go to other states.
Yeah.
There are other states. Do you like Florida?
I'm not a huge fan. I know a lot of people on the East Coast like it.
Of course.
But, and I haven't been back there in years. So I don't know. But,
right.
Yeah, but
they throw a mean Super Bowl. They're incredible.
Yeah.
They are great.
Yeah, I think we're blessed here in California.
I agree.
So many great coastal towns. Cambria. You ever been to Cambria?
No, but I always hear it in traffic and weather together.
It's where the Hearst Castle
You're in
is.
town.
It's very nice up
Very
there.
good.
San Clemente down south. Everyone likes what's the one everyone likes? Manhattan Beach. All the hip people.
right here.
Yeah, they're so excited about it.
Round of applause for Craig Kilborn, everybody.
I gotta go.
Check out The Life Gorgeous coming up after July 4th. Don't go anywhere. Did you watch Winning Time? Did you find time to watch that show about the Lakers?
Absolutely not. I saw 20 minutes. I was appalled at what they did to Jerry West, the logo.
Is that right?
I don't know if I was appalled, but I thought it was way over the top. Whatever. But I didn't watch it. I'll tell you what I watched. I finished it last night after the game.
What'd you finish?
The Offer.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
And the actor Matthew Good, who's a British actor, plays Robert Evans, nails it. And I knew Robert Evans. I hung out with Bob Evans.
Get out.
Oh, I have stories for next time. I went to dinner with him. I mean, this is what he would do. I don't know. Do you have 30 seconds?
We have up till the hard out is in 90 seconds.
Okay. Bob and I would go have dinner at the Palm, at Spago, different places. Uh-huh. And at the end of dinner, he would say, "You want anything else?" I'd say, "We're good." He goes, "Let's go," without paying the bill. It was cathartic and freeing. Let's go.
Robert Evans would dine and dash?
They would send the bill to him. Mm-hmm. I think they sent it to Sumner Redstone because he made so much money for him with the Godfather movies at Paramount.
Yeah.
Robert Evans. But he would not pay. They would send a bill somewhere. And it was just so freeing for him to walk out. And once at Spago, the young waiter goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And then Wolfgang goes, "It's okay," as we walked out.
That is baller status.
Yeah.
Oh,
Robert Evans. But this guy nails him in the movie, and oh my God.
Yeah, we got to get into that.
It's very entertaining. It's a 10-part series on something called Paramount Plus, which I think you get with Amazon. And it's really good.
You were watching it, right, TJ?
I got Paramount just to watch The Offer. And Colin Hanks, who we love, is so unlikable. It shows what a great actor he is.
The making of The Godfather, and it's very good.
Craig Kilborn, bless you, sir.
Thanks. Good to see you, brother.
Let me come on your pod. I'd love to return whatever favors. Great
Thank
to
you,
see
brother.
you. The great Craig Kilborn. Look out for his new podcast, The Life Gorgeous, coming up after July 4th.